Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some developer notes up on the Discord page. It's been a while since we've done these ones. I think since the last one we did, there's only been 2 developer notes. And one was just about the summons, which was mainly stuff we already knew. And the other was about the dimensionals. So there wasn't too much to cover in those. But this one has a bunch of different sort of just real interesting stuff that most people would want to know. So I thought I'd go through these. Sorry, I've just had to take screenshots from Discord because for some reason OBS kept crashing when I had Discord open with it. So that's why we're going to be going with the screenshots. So, suggestion number 1. Can we please have an auto/manual button for each hero's ultimate? It would be incredibly helpful to be able to have some heroes on auto and some on manual during the fight. The feedback is recently we have received a lot of similar feedback regarding this feature. Hence, we have now decided to seriously consider implementing it into the game. Await more details about it in the future. So that's a really good sign. I do really like this suggestion. For me personally, the first hero that came to mind when I think of this is something like Forks. You know, when you're fighting an enemy team with the Brutus and you've got your Forks in there, just to basically you want to time his ult to remove the Brutus's shield. And you know, because you can't let him do it on auto, you've got it sitting on manual, and then you have 4 fingers going like this, just trying to tap 4 heroes. Just spam them because you still want them to work on auto, but then you've got to wait and then get that Forks at the right time. Would be incredibly handy. I don't know how they'd implement it. Maybe if like in that character, what we'll do is we'll hide this picture, and the way I'd see it happening is something like in this screen here, just under each hero, have a manual or auto button. When you get into it, when you actually get into the battle, make it so that you can just click the auto and everyone goes full auto, because I feel like it's normally going to be waiting for one thing. I don't know how they'd implement it, but I feel like this area here is where you could have a toggle button for each hero. Suggestion number 2, a huge pile of fodder as an option for event rewards, and we do already have that in the current event going on now. I am a bit late with these. These were uploaded about 2 days ago, this feedback, but I've been away for 2 days, so I didn't have the chance. So we do actually already have that in the midwinter surprises. We can always swap this and check here and get the fodder. I'm actually going for the Graveborn on my Graveborn account. I think it's a really good idea because fodder is a massive issue for a lot of people. So really good. I just realized that I was talking about this while I still had the image on screen. So this is what I was looking at when I was talking about it. But irrelevant. We all know what I'm talking about. Moving on to the next suggestion. Please add more guild stuff. Maybe something like Guild Wars, a guild boss that the whole guild does damage to over a week, etc. Also, please make it so at a certain level you can choose your own photo for your guild. That second part, the photo for your guild, doesn't really bother me, but I know there's a lot of guilds out there, you know, they got their own branding, they got their own logos, they want to put it on. I think it's fantastic to let people do that if they want to do it. But the big thing in there is, for me, the number one thing I want to see is Guild Wars. But when we look at the feedback, we have plans to add more guild-related gameplay functions in the future. Could be similar to the ongoing Midwinter Festival event, but obviously guild-focused. When they talk about the Midwinter Festival event, I'm pretty sure they're not talking about the Chimera. I'm tipping they're talking about the Feast, where, you know, you got to deploy and get rewards. I really would like that, but more so, I'd love to see. Once again, I forgot to take this off. So I'm thinking they're talking about this Midwinter Feast, which it's not live on the global server yet, but it begins in 13 hours. So we'll get to test it soon. But I'd really like to see, you know, they implemented this guild change where, you know, if you haven't been around, if you only came to the game in the last 2 months, you may not have seen it, but they had this spot over on the right here where your balloon came and you all set your defenses and then you go raid other guilds. I'd love to see that come back, but with guild versus guild. Like, it has all the camps. You can choose which camp to attack on your opposing guild, you know, and then your guild wants to destroy all that enemy guild's camps, and whoever destroys the most wins. Yes, it's very similar to the guild content in a lot of other games, but it works, it's fun, and it's competitive. I would love to see that. The system they had for it was really nice, and I wish they would bring that back as like a permanent feature, because guild PvP is fantastic in any game. Even though this is a casual game that most people don't play casually. So hopefully we get some guild PvP. I would really, really, really love to see that. But hey, any extra guild content that gives me more guild points to buy more gear and more upgrade tokens, I'm happy with. Moving on to the next screenshot of this. Add a leaderboard, kind of like Wall of Legends for guilds. There can be charts for most siren damage, Riz damage, level, etc. Cool feature. Once again, for me, not too fast, but you know, it is a nice feature to have for people that like that type of thing. I completely get it. I completely respect it. And it wouldn't bother me at all if they put that in the game. Good idea. We'll consider doing it in one of the upcoming updates. Stay tuned. Seems like an easy thing to do. So, I don't know. I'm not a coder. It's probably a really hard thing to do and I'm just making this up. Moving on to the next one. Make the rarity of Celestial and Hypergene gear proportionate to the rarity of heroes themselves. And the reply is, pulling the factional equipment for Celestials and Hypergenes does not affect the probability of receiving gear for the other factions. Makes me think you have like 3 separate drop chances. You have like a big chunk where it's the 4 normal factions. You have a smaller chunk where it's Celestial Hypergenes, and then you have what seems like a chunk this big that is going to have no faction. That's for me anyway. But I think what the person's saying is they want the Celestial Hypergene chunk of it to get smaller. But me, I've got my Thalia Ascended and I only have 1 piece of Celestial leather gear. So I want it to get bigger. But that's you know, it's going to be what you have and what you're doing on whether you want that or not. Maybe they could consider making it like the... let's see if I've got some in here. I may not have any. Guild store. Okay, it's not there. Sometimes this bottom left... Jeez, I forgot to click off of it again. Sometimes this bottom left piece in the guild store is a mythic piece, but it's got the dimensional logo. Maybe they could consider doing something like that with Celestials and Hypergenes and dropping them from the normal drops. But to me, if Celestials and Hypergenes are coming from the theoretical percentage that is the no faction gear, then I'd rather see Celestial and Hypergene gear than no faction gear. So, don't know. We don't have enough information on that, but that was the suggestion. That was the answer. Spent a long time on that, which probably really didn't need to. But anyway, moving on to the next one. There should be a button to auto-collect all daily bounties. We think that collecting rewards is an awesome experience, so we hope that players can manually collect it by themselves. Might reconsider if we get more similar feedback. Let's give them more similar feedback. For me, I play 4 accounts. I'm rolling into a 5th that you guys may see soon-ish. But now with 5 accounts, it's really quick to do dailies, which is nice. I just go through and do the exact same routine on every one of my accounts. The first thing I do when I get into the game every day, get all my dailies done, and then I go around and do my play around, do my labyrinth runs, all that. But I do the exact same thing, and then I have to go into the quests and collect them all, and then go hit all the chests and collect them all. For me, that's not an awesome experience once you've done it for more than 100, 200 days on 3, 4, 5 accounts. It just becomes tedious. So a collect all button would be awesome. The collecting of the rewards isn't the awesome part. The summoning of the scrolls and the diamonds is. So that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. I think a collect all would be fantastic. Suggestion number 7. Give us Wings of Tassie frame in AFK Arena. That frame legit looks so beautiful. I feel like we got the better one from that collaboration. So I'm not too fussed about the Tassie wings, but hey, it's something they can put in the game, so why not? Why not? Like, they could do another collaboration thing, make us download another game, get to like play it for 10 minutes to unlock a code to get it, and then get it in this game. I mean, that way they get more exposure to their other games, more downloads, all happy days. We get something we want, and if you don't want the Tassie wings, you don't have to spend that 10 minutes to get them. If you do want them, you know, then you just, that's your price to get them. Whatever. Yeah, if you want the Tassie wings, get it. And they say, if other players share the same feeling, we will consider adding it as a reward in one of the upcoming events. Okay. I should have read the answer again before I said my little bit, because they'll just put in an event. Shh. That's easy. Okay, moving on to the next bit. Suggestion number 8. Please add more heroes in the arena shop. This is a fantastic one. Clap hands. We already have plans to add more heroes. Stay tuned. Okay, so let's hide this for a second. Hide that for a second. And go over to the arena shop. The challenger store. This is where I would love to see another Celestial Hypergean, like two more, like one more Celestial, one more Hypergean. I'd love to see, the one I really want to see in there, and obviously they may not put Celestials and Hypergeans, they may not do it, but I would really, really like to see a Zolrath in there, mainly because the whole functionality of Zolrath is that he wants to be the strongest member of your team, surviving till the end, dying last, then coming back. But for most people, it's pretty much impossible to do it with him. Obviously Wales, yes, but I feel like he'd be a really suitable one so that people could target him and eventually get him in there and go. Because if you look at my camp, for instance, you know, a bit of luck and a bit of buying those and a bit of Stargazer, and I got my Athalia Ascended. If people could do that with the Zolrath, like low spending and free to play, he just seems like a real suitable candidate for it. So, you know, I'd like to see it. But hey, no matter what heroes they put in there, it's better than them putting no heroes in there. So really nice to see that happen, and we'll have to wait and see what they do. Sounds like they've already got a plan. So nice. Next suggestion, number 9. Please add username next to the server name in the select server. For me, this wouldn't change anything because all my servers, I changed the name to Vulcan, and basically I just define my reroll accounts by the picture that I put there. So not a big stress to me, but people who change their name on every server that they do play, could be nice. This is a very good suggestion, and we will optimize this feature as soon as possible. So it sounds like they're going to do it. Sounds like a simple thing. You know, if the thing has a name, just put the name there. So not too bad on that one, but once again, if you need it, get it, sweet. If not, no stress. But that is it for the feedback. The two main ones were was that guild one and the arena shop change. Really keen to see what they do implement into those. So stay tuned for more information, and hopefully we get it soon. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. It is that Christmas time, so I've been a bit bad with getting back to comments, and I've got an absolute boatload of DMs on Discord and email to get through, but I've been away for a family Christmas over the weekend, so I've got a backlog. I will get around to it. I still love you all, and hope you have a fantastic Christmas, New Year's period. I'll still have daily videos coming out, but yeah, my communication may not be as fantastic until like the 2nd or 3rd of Jan. I'll still do my best, but hope you guys have a fantastic period, like I said, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.